Abby here with Purple Cottage Crafts, and I have another project share slash item up for sale. So this is a fabric journal that I worked on the last live show that Michelle and I did on her channel. She is linked below in the description box, but I will also link put a direct link to that live show that we did. I think it was around 4 hours or something like that. I had sent a vintage kind of a shabby chic kit to her. I had the same kit. I got them both Tuesday morning, and I sent it to her so she and I on future lives we could work on the same kit and kind of show our different styles and how we're interpreting the kit. So this is the result of that for mine, and I don't have original photos or anything of the kit itself because I used it most of it in this project. But if you go look at that video, live video on Michelle's channel, you can you know, skip forward until you start seeing me showing you the kit. So this is the back cover. This is a really pretty paper stack I got from Hobby Lobby, and I added some of the crackle accents on just different parts of the cover and on different parts of the back, and then a few pages on the inside just to kind of add a little bit of, you know, pizzazz, I guess you could say. I love that texture from that. So this is just some crochet lace that I wrapped around. It is adhered to the spine, and this is the mixed stitch fabric book from Lenny Bloom's. Sadly, she is no longer, Linda Barutha is the owner, and but sadly she doesn't have her shop up anymore, but she's the one that curated the different mixed stitch items. If you do a search on my YouTube channel for Lenny Bloom's, you will see other project photos. As a matter of fact, I think it's the most watched video on my YouTube channel. It's the altered cans for Lenny Bloom's. Just really pretty. I really love that project. So I have it attached just on the spine like that, and then I used some different sprays and stuff during the live show, just to kind of different combinations, and I went over which sprays I used. So majority of this was done off camera because I'm such a chatty Cathy. I was busy gabbing with everybody, and I didn't get my journal done. Michelle did. She's fast. I'm kind of slow. So anyway, this is the front cover here, and I just have a combination of some different Mon Ami Gabby pieces in here, along with some of the flowers that were in the kit itself. And I kept all of the loose fibers and stuff. I love how that looks. So if the person who purchases doesn't like it, you of course can trim these down if you want. That's just natural from me inking the edges of this book. So I've got some applique here, some buttons, and then this is going to be called Believe in Yourself, and it is a journal, and I have some positive affirmations and things inside which will kind of tie in the title that I chose for this. So I have a doily and some of my little tiny staples that I love to use from Tim Holtz. And then you can see just a little bit of the crackling on the front part of the dress form. And then I'll show you what it looks like before I open it. It's a chunky one. I love thick, chunky, textured projects, and so that's what this one is. And then I'll show you the back cover while I have it unwrapped. You can see the bird there with the crackle accents. I think it's just so pretty. And it's the ones from Ranger if you're looking. And I'll show you real quick what it is because I have it on my table still. That's what I used. I did use a little bit of the crazy medium in here too, but I will point that out once I get to that part. Alright, so let's go ahead and kind of get on into the journal. I'm going to zoom in so you can see everything a little bit better. Trying to go a little bit slow so I don't make you sick by going in too fast. So this is the first page. Now it's only 4 pages of the fabric journal, but I packed a lot of journaling spots and tags and tuck-ins and that kind of stuff in here. So, and of course you can add more if you want to do that. So this is the first page. So all the papers that you see, for the most part, are from the Hobby Lobby kit and paper pack. And I used some of the crazy medium and then the glossy accents on here. And they kind of really result in kind of the same effect. I just kind of wanted to play with it and see. So I just added that there just for visual interest, and it's really pretty, I think. And then you can also touch it, and it's got a really fun texture. So this is the crazy medium up here, right there in that corner, and then this is the glossy, glossy accents right there. So what I did on this page is I made this into kind of like an enclosure. So when I glued this paper down onto the fabric, I did not tape it from here to here, and there's like a well right here, so it's like a pocket. So what I did, I'm going to zoom this a little bit more here, sorry about that. so you can kind of see. These are the buttons that came in that particular kit. So what I did is I just tied some string onto one of the smaller wood buttons, and then I just wrapped it around this larger button like this, and I made an enclosure. And I added some of this gold trim that is from the kit itself, and then what I did is I just glued a wood button on the bottom of that to kind of elevate a little bit, and then this is tied to this little insert right here, and this is the word strips are all from the kit, and then this lace is all from the kit too, minus the crochet lace on the cover. And so this is just a place to journal right here, and then you of course can journal on the back. And I do have more papers that are going to be included in here. I just didn't get them in the book before I wanted to film the video. So this is a pocket right here. So of course you can add your own journaling spots, or maybe like little notes, or you know, a ticket stub from something you went to go do that was a lot of fun, or something like that. So that's what is in there, and this just really easily just wraps right around this button again, and then you have this enclosure. So. And you're going to see quite a few of the staples throughout. I kind of do a series of 3 on each part, and it's just using my tiny attacher from Tim Holtz. That's just kind of like, I like to have like a little bit of metal or something like that within my projects that I make. So this one here, I'm going to give a huge shout out to Miss Tracy Fox, and of course I will insert a link in the description box below directly to her YouTube channel. She's the first person that I saw this fabric flap from, and I think it's brilliant. And Tracy, thank you so much for inspiring me and so many others. So this is one of the doilies from the kit. These are the clothespins that came as well. This is permanently stuck on here. It's just more so for like a visual look, and then you can also flip it up like that. So let me just go out just a little bit so you can kind of see that a little bit better. So you can kind of grab it and then just flip it forward. So that's just like, you know, it's not meant to come off. So this is one of the paper doilies from the paper that was in the kit. I fussy cut that out. This is a really beautiful stamp image that I have. This is just a piece of muslin I had left over from another project. Inked everything, added some more of my wood buttons up here, and I will show each page up close once I'm done describing everything. And then we're doing the flip through, and this is some of the positive word affirmations that came in the kit. Live in the moment, think happy thoughts, inspire, and smile from your heart. And then what I did down here is I made like a little flap. This is one of the coin envelopes from the kit. This is some paper from Hobby Lobby, another one of the word quotes that says thoughts. And this is just some really beautiful washi tape from Christy Tomlinson. I get it in my monthly Planner Society kits. One of my Prima stamps, and inside here I just use some of the paper from the kit and from a combination of Hobby Lobby and the kit to make some tags. These are all doubles, so this is like what I have inside in between here is a piece of some craft cardstock from Hobby Lobby, or no, excuse me, Michael's. That way just kind of made the little tags a little bit more sturdy, and then you can journal on here. Again, this is more of the trim from the kit itself. Inked everything, and you can tuck those back in here like that. You can also, like I said, add whatever you would like to into this kit for yourself. Like I said, ticket stubs, photos, that kind of thing. So just a really kind of fun flip on there. And then I'll just fold the flap down and we'll go on to the next page. So this is basically the center, and this is where the bookmark that I made is. This is some Sari silk ribbon. This is a really cute charm that came in the kit. It's like a little sewing machine. This is a key from my big key stash that I have. I thought that was really pretty. So it's just tied on like that, and it's just kind of like a bookmark, but it also adds a really pretty feature, I think. And it kind of makes it like almost interactive, because I like to touch my stuff when I make it, or when I buy pieces from other people. It's not just the visual, it's also the texture and the feel of the different mediums and the papers and the laces and all that kind of stuff. And I just like to kind of, you know, touch on these things as I'm journaling. So wanted to kind of include that since that's something I enjoy. So I'm going to pull this out just for a moment. So on this page here, you're going to see 2 of these clear sleeves. These are from authentic vintage library pockets with the cards that go in that I've had for quite some time. I have a stack about this big. It came from an older high school that was demolished. I think it was like from the 40s, I think it was, or 50s. And I use these sparingly because once they're gone for me. But I wanted to include a few in here because I think they just add a really nice touch to the project. So what I did is that normally the pockets go up to almost the top, because the paper cards that you would write your checkout information on, it's almost up to the top. But what I did is I cut it down a little bit and trimmed it so it was down here and not way up here. So whenever I put different smaller tags in, you weren't like trying to dig it out of there. So, and this is, I love this paper from Hobby Lobby. This is really, really pretty. And all the papers, by the way, are backed up with that same craft cardstock, because the Hobby Lobby paper is a little bit thinner. It's not as thick as like Prima or Graphic 45 or Tim Holtz, but I added that craft cardstock, and I'll show you what that looks like, just in case you're wondering. It's the 8 11 by Recollections, and it's this nice thick cardstock that just gives your papers a little bit more sturdiness to them, I think. So that's what I did here, including in addition to the vintage library sleeves that I shared in this journal, these 2 pieces of typewriter paper. These are from the 40s, and I cut them down, and I get these from Michele on Red Cottage on Etsy. Different Michele, not my Craft BFF Michele. And these are some of the burlap flowers from the kit. I cut them in half, you know, kind of distressed the lace that came. All of these things here are from the kit, including the word strips. So you can write on the front, you can also write on the back, and there's lots of room in here for you to add your own you know, additional journaling spots and tags and things of that nature. And you're gonna kind of notice a theme. I'm hoping that on the bottom it says kindness, amazing. They're all like positive affirmations, because I think it's important to have you know, positive things around you and in your life. I think just to kind of help us realize, you know, we do have value, we are talented, we are creative, we are all these things. And so that's why I like to make things like this. These are some tags that came in the kit, just inked those up, and then added some of my own coffee paper on the back side. This is some more of that sari silk trim right there. So I thought that was just really cute to kind of tuck those into there. And then on this side here, this is a little pocket flap that was in the book, and these are some of the acetate sheets that I used. Use them just a little bit here. That came also with the kit. So sorry I keep saying with the kit. I'm trying to just differentiate what I added and what came in the kit, because the purpose of this whole project was to see my interpretation of the materials, and again, Michele's, not competition wise, just our own different crafting styles. So what I did here, I just cut, this is actually like one long word strip, and I cut it down, and it says it's the simple things. It's really beautiful acetate dress form, and then it's like a little button right there, you can kind of see that. And then I just flip that up, and again it has those stickers there. And then this is actually a pocket right here, you can see that right there. So I just made a few tags, and again more papers and things are going to be added to this. So this is just the craft tag with one of the words happiness, again a combination of craft cardstock and the paper from the kit, and then Hobby Lobby there. And these just tuck in here, and again there's lots of breathing room. You can see here you could put like little trinkets, you know, like maybe a little charm or something from it that means something to you. And on the back side, this also is adhered to this permanently, this little clothespin. And I just made one of my collage bits, and I love making these. I will link my tome, Miss Violet, in the description box below, so you can check that out, because I have a ton of these different collage bits that I make, and I'm also going to be making these to sell. I can make custom ones for you too, the smaller size, bigger, whatever you want to have. So this is again just more items with from the kit, just real rough stitching to kind of give it that kind of, you know, rustic kind of a look. This is one of my vintage wood buttons here, some more of the sari silk right there, and then just bits of the lace from the kit. And then this right here is a really fun thing I put together. This is like a little frame from the kit as well. I'm going to zoom in here, and I made it into like a little pocket where you could pull out these little word strips that came in with the kit as well. And what I did on the back of these, I'll show you, but these all say positive affirmations, where it says wonderful, beautiful, funny, and I'm going to show you what I wrote on the back to kind of reinforce that positive affirmation. So there are the little, I call them like, you know, inspirational strips, or inspirational word strips, whatever you want to call them. On the back of each one I wrote I am. So you look at this and you say I am beautiful, I am funny, I am wonderful, on all the back of these. And I thought this was kind of a really fun idea to just, you know, not for just a decorative piece, but it's kind of interactive because you're pulling it out and everything, but it also reinforces some of the positivity that I think we all need, male and female, not just females, but this is geared to females, I'm guessing, because of the frilliness of it. Anyway, so there's like a little collage right down there with some button and more items from the kit itself. And on the next page, use them out here just a little bit. This is like a double pocket I made. So this is this really gorgeous paper that came in, it was included, and Michelle is hoarding hers because she doesn't have like any machines or embossing folders or things like that. But I went ahead and used mine. It's just really pretty embossed, and I just used some chalk paint on there with some Tim's Distress ink. So I didn't really want to cover it up too much because I think it's so pretty. So this is another one of the coin envelopes, more items from the kit, added a detail here. This doily, I put this down, and this is actually a pocket right here with the coin or the coin envelope, so you can put a lot of stuff in there. So I have 2 cards here, or little tags, excuse me, that were from the kit as well. So you can tuck it in here like that, and then behind the doily, it's also open, so you can put more items in here too. So that's why I'm calling this like a double pocket. And there's some more of the tags there. Just tuck these in like that. And you know, like I said, you can add so many more things to this if you want to really personalize this for yourself. And moving on to the last part of this little fabric journal. This right here is a little mini gratitude book that I created from the paper from the kit. I just did like a rough pamphlet stitch there, and then these are some of my own coffee dyed papers. So it says, count your blessings on the inside. Everything is doubled, like as far as everything is either matted to the craft cardstock or it's 2 cardstocks put together, just to kind of give a little bit more stability, I think. So this is just a little collage of the different elements that were in the kit. This is some scrubby cotton, which was not, but I love that stuff. And got some places in here to journal, again, more places to tuck little notes and things like that that mean something to you. This is the fabric that came with this little fabric square. I used some more chalk paint and some inks on it to kind of make it kind of like this dusty, shabby kind of pink. And then I made this into a pocket, and this one really has a lot of room in it to add more things. Just a couple quick tags here. And what I did with I don't have it in my room anymore, but whenever we punched out all the different components, the different die cuts and stuff, you have that little template left over. So what I did is I just taped it down onto a couple spots, and I used one of the shapes from one of the elements. I didn't actually put it in this book, but I'll show you which one it is. So this was like in a little, 4x4 sheet, and you punch it out. Well, the space that was left out after I punched that, I just put this down and kind of used like as a mask / stencil. Just made a couple of images there. And then this book, just as the center, some more of that lovely Chrissy Tomlinson washi tape. And pull these out here, and then you can just slide this back in here. Now you of course can arrange the different items however you want to. This is what I put together, and it says live, love, laugh, and be happy. So for the last page, here's another one of those clear vintage library pocket sleeves, and again just doubled up of the cardstock with the paper. And then these are all just some individual pieces that I cut out. I thought they really went well with the kit. All of them are inked, and they are all backed up with more of my coffee dyed paper. So you have a lot of room in here to do some journaling. You can do sketches. You can tuck in like maybe a flower from, a bouquet you received, or on a walk or something. All kinds of things you can do. So, and there's just lots more space in here. And like I said, I will be adding more of these types of things in the book. So you're going to get some extra ones, not just what you see here. So I just like to include a few extra goodies when I make projects, whether they're commissioned or they're ones I make and they're kind of ready to purchase type of thing. I think this is kind of fun to add a few little surprises in there, so you have something that's going to kind of surprise you since you're seeing what the object, the project is. So let's kind of tuck that in there, and we're back again to the back of the journal. So I think this is really, really pretty. I love it, and I'm hoping that whoever wants to purchase this will also love it as much as I do. And it was a lot of fun to work on. I got to really do a lot of the different things I love to enjoy doing, like inking, distressing, adding different layers with fabrics and textiles and paper and vintage pieces that are also included in here. So I think it's really a beautiful journal, and I hope that you all think so as well, and that somebody would love to have this in their home from my hands. And if you are interested, this is going to be $55 shipped in the United States. If it's international, it'll be $55 still, plus the shipping to your country, because I know it does vary from there. So I don't want to restrict anybody from outside the US that may want this journal. So this is it again right here. And I'm going to quickly open it back up because I totally forgot to show you each page up close before I close it again. So, and this is a nice, thick, sturdy crochet trim, so it's not going to fray and come apart on you unless you distress it on your own. So there again is the front cover, all those different layers and texture. I mean, a lot of work went into this. I did a lot of different mixed media pieces and inking everything and adding all of these different elements. Some are vintage and from my own personal stash, and just kind of making, you know, this a really kind of a one-of-a-kind fun journal that you could have. So, and you could also purchase this to give it away as a gift to somebody else, whether it be for a birthday, Mother's Day, any kind of holiday you want, or just as a just because you know, it's fun to get those kind of gifts as well, I think. Again, here's the bookmark, that front pocket, and the back side, and then here we go there, and then the book and the tags and the back pocket again. So if you are interested in purchasing this, just please leave me a comment below, and then just say, Abby, I want this, or I'd like to purchase this, and then to make it fair, I will make it like I did for my Christmas vintage tags I made. The first person to comment saying I want it, and they follow up with an email and give me your PayPal information and your shipping information, that's who will get first dibs on this, okay? And I'm going, if I don't hear back from that person within I don't know, maybe 12 or 24 hours, somewhere around there, just because of time difference and stuff, then I will go on to the next person in line, just to keep this fair. So you can send me an email to scrappinabby@gmail.com or purplecottagecrafts@gmail.com. I check both, and like I said, just comment below and let me know if you're interested in purchasing this, or if you would like me to make another item like this. It can't be an exact item, of course, because I'm using objects and materials that I only have like one or two of or whatever, so I can make something that resembles this, maybe in your colors or a different theme, like maybe for Valentine's, Mother's Day, bridal, whatever. Just comment below and let me know, because I love doing custom orders. Those are my most favorite, because I can really customize them to the person who's purchasing these. So I've rambled on long enough. Thank you so much for letting me share this project with you, and just comment below if you're interested in purchasing this or have me making one custom for you. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Happy scrapping, happy planning, and happy crafting, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!